Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be dealing with a poem, the geography lesson. This poem is there in the state syllabus for 9th standard, as well as it's there even in the CBSE syllabus for 8th standard. So in this poem, the poet, that is Zulfikar, he has beautifully written this poem. In this poem, the god has created the earth as one unit, and we have made physical divisions including cities and countries. We have built boundaries and walls. So the poet has used the subject geography to describe how the planet was built in a way and how we have transformed it into something else. But in the end, the poet is still clueless about the wars and hatred that we feel for one another. So let us begin with the poem. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had, seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile. The poet here says in the first stanza that it becomes very clear when the jet flies above as to why the earth has become the way it is now. The cities are unplanned and there are walls and boundaries all over. There seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard, unplanned, and without style when the jet sprang into the sky. Here, the places where humans have inhabited their living have been built haphazardly, that is, unplanned. It's not in a proper style, without a proper plan. The poet could realize this from up above the sky, from the jet that was flying so high. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. So here the areas which are habitable, where people are living, became more describable. When the jet reaches an altitude of 10,000 feet, the valleys and countries and cities become more prominent, more clear. The poet saw that they are unplanned cities instead of free-flowing rivers. The logic of geography that land and water attracted man was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. Now here, when the jet reaches the altitude of 10,000 feet, the height of 10,000 feet, the physical features of the earth that had attracted men becomes very clear. For a man, it's very important that land and water, these two are the main criteria of a man to live. So here it becomes very clear. When the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear the earth was round and that it had more sea than land. Now here the poet could understand that the earth was spherical with no boundaries from such a height. The oneness of the earth has been portrayed through its spherical nature, the shape of the earth. Also, there are more water bodies than land, as we all know that the water content is more in the earth rather than land. The poet has mentioned this because technically it is impossible to divide water, although they are maritime divisions. But it was difficult to understand that the men on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities, and to kill. From that height, it was not clear why. So in this last stanza, the poet is saying that he is unclear of the reason as to why humans living on earth hate each other and want to kill each other. The poet is clueless as to why there are so much hatred and mercilessness in humanity. He also questions why humans build walls and want to get divided. as we all know how the world is right now. So the poet is stressing on that point, like why there is so much of hatred and why we are not giving more importance to humanity. Even from such a height, from a bird's view, it is unclear to the poet. So he cannot see the reason why this is happening on earth. So the moral of the poem is that we shall use natural resources like land and water wisely, and also we shall all live together on harmony and not fight with each other over trivial things, over small things. In this way, we can make earth a beautiful place to live in. I hope you have understood the poem, and in case you have any doubts, you can please comment below. Do like the video and keep watching for more. Thank you and have a nice day.